What is up, guys? Welcome back to S3M2 Football and welcome to today's video. The English Football League returns this week, and this round of fixtures gives us a nice little North London derby to get things going. So please join me today as I cover the fixture taking place this week in the English Premier League on Wednesday, the 15th of January at the Emirates Stadium that sees Arsenal host Tottenham Hotspur. We start off today's video with the home side here being the Gunners. The last 5 fixtures for Arsenal have ended in 2 wins, 1 draw and 2 losses. In their last 5, Arsenal have scored 6 goals, but they've conceded 5 goals, so cutting it quite close. And unfortunately, the Gunners' last fixture was a 1-1 draw at the Emirates in the FA Cup against Manchester United that saw them eventually lose out 6-4 on penalties. The first player I'd like to talk about for Arsenal has got to be somebody that I think is going to bring a bit of creativity out wide. In Belgium, left winger Leandro Trossard. In 29 appearances, it is 4 goals and 3 assists for him, and I think Trossard brings Arsenal a little bit of pace and movement both on the ball and off it as well. He's a very established dribbler, and he's the kind of player who is always looking to get out wide and create a bit of magic whenever he receives the ball. Next up, I want to talk about somebody who's perhaps going to be in charge of distribution in Norwegian attacking midfielder Martin Odegaard. In 19 appearances, he has just 1 goal and 5 assists, but for me, it's Odegaard's patience, his vision, his passing range and accuracy, and his work rate that really sets him apart. He's the kind of player who's always looking for space, looking for a chance to play somebody else into that space, but he's also constantly running and working for this team when he does not have the ball. And speaking of working for the team, I'd like to talk about somebody who I think is going to have to do a bit of the dirty work in this Arsenal setup, in Ghanaian defensive midfielder Thomas Partey. In 29 appearances, Partey has 2 goals and 2 assists, but for me, I have to talk about Partey's strength and his aggression. He's the kind of player who brings a bit of physicality to Arsenal. He's the destroyer in the heart of their midfield. So he's the player looking to chase the ball down, win it back, and then distribute it to one of the attacking players as soon as possible. Tactically, I think Arsenal coach Mikel Arteta is going to stick with getting his team to play possession-style football. I think Arsenal will have a lot of the ball in this one, and I'm expecting to see them line up in their 4-3-3 formation. This allows them to just create more chances out wide with the wingers, while Martin Odegaard just dictates the play centrally. I know Arsenal are definitely missing some big players here. Firstly, Bukayo Saka, who's really just brought so much creativity for them out wide on that right-hand side. His replacements in Reece Nelson and Ethan Nwaneri have also been ruled out, along with right backs Ben White and Tomiyasu. So it looks like their entire right wing is a major issue for Arsenal. But everywhere else on the pitch, the Gunners have more than enough quality to create chances and convert them as well. For the away team for Tottenham Hotspur, the last 5 fixtures for the Lily Whites have also ended in 2 wins, 1 draw and 2 losses. Tottenham have scored 7 goals and conceded 5 goals in those last 5. So just like Arsenal, they're getting goals, but they may be conceding a few too many as well. Spurs' last game was a 3-0 win away at Tamworth in the FA Cup, but it was a fixture that saw Spurs needing extra time to cement their victory. The first player I'd like to talk about for Spurs is a player who I'm expecting to get some goals in this one, in English centre forward Dominic Solanke. In 28 appearances, he has 11 goals and 6 assists, but Solanke for me is a strong and direct centre forward. He's always looking to get as close to the opposition goalpost as possible, and he is a very lethal finisher in that 18-yard box. Next up, I want to talk about a player who I think will be looking to create some magic out wide, in Korean left winger Son Heung-min. In 25 appearances, it is 7 goals and 7 assists for Son so far this season, and in him I think Spurs have a real wide player who's very fast. He's a great passer of the ball, and he's also a fantastic dribbler. Son can create chances, he can take chances, but he's a player who has great vision and great decision making in their attacking third. Centrally for Tottenham Hotspur, I'm expecting to see a lot of work done creatively by James Maddison. The English attacking midfielder does have 28 appearances this season and he has scored 8 goals and provided 5 assists for Spurs in those appearances. For me, James Maddison is a player who has great vision, great creativity. Centrally, he's able to pop up in the most congested spaces of the pitch and still make some moments of magic. And I think he's going to be very congested in this match, but I do expect James Maddison to pull something special out of the top drawer in this one. In terms of tactics, I think Tottenham Hotspur coach Ange Postecoglou is going to set his team up to counter-attack out wide and just use the wings to stretch the opposition. To this end, I think we will see Spurs lining up in a 4-3-3 formation. This lets the wingers then play out wide but then cut in to create more pressure on the opposition goalpost. You will see long diagonals from the left back and the right back position respectively, just looking to stretch the play and catch the opposition wingbacks out of position and just take advantage of all of that space out wide. Defensively, I think Tottenham Hotspur are in tatters right now. In terms of goalkeepers, they're without Vicario and Fraser Foster. In terms of centre-backs, there's no Christian Romero, Mickey van der Ven or Ben Davies. And at left-back, they're missing Destiny Udogie as well. Spurs' problems have gotten worse since their match against Liverpool when Rodrigo Bentancur picked up an injury as well. And he seems to be a bit of a doubt coming into this match. Okay, on to the head-to-head and the S3M2 verdict. Now, the last 5 North London derbies between Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur have ended in 4 wins for Arsenal, 1 draw, and then no wins for Spurs. So it is a terrible fixture for fans of Tottenham Hotspur. In terms of goal output in those last 5 fixtures, Arsenal have scored 11 goals, meaning at least 2 goals a game, while Spurs have managed just 5 goals, so it's just a goal a game for Tottenham Hotspur. That too, I think, does tell us that Arsenal are way more successful when it comes to getting goals in the North London derbies. If we look at the Premier League table right now, Arsenal are in second spot on 40 points, eagerly trying to keep the pressure up on league leaders Liverpool, while Spurs are languishing in the bottom half of the table, finding themselves in 12th position with just 24 points. So there as well, there seems to be a major gulf in class between these two teams, at least in terms of the Premier League. Arsenal were shocked at home by 10-man Manchester United in the FA Cup, and I think it was a match that all Arsenal fans expected to win. They did not look good up front at all, and Bukayo Saka's absence was really felt. Kai Havertz was very wasteful, and Martin Odegaard just seemed a little bit suffocated in the midfield. It seems like right now Coach Mikel Arteta is definitely under some pressure to at least pick up a trophy or two at Arsenal, and they're really struggling to do so, whether it's through injuries or just some really bad performances. For Tottenham Hotspur, it seems like Ange Postecoglou's team are flying high after beating Liverpool at Anfield. It seems like Spurs have taken a lot of confidence and a lot of positives from that match, and they've just managed to move forward. But I think that 3-0 win at Tamworth was definitely something that flatters the Lily Whites. It wasn't a match that was simple for them, even though it should have been, and they did need extra time to sort of stamp their authority on the fixture. I think now Postecoglou is able to rotate his team. I think we did see that in that FA Cup fixture where players that I've mentioned like Solanke, Son and Maddison were all given a bit of game time, but they weren't expected to play the entire match out. And I think that does mean that Spurs are a little better prepared for this match than Arsenal. Arsenal did try and play it down to the wire against Manchester United. That means extra time and penalties, and I think the team will be very fatigued coming into this one. I think for Spurs, the best solution is definitely to just go out and attack. Defensively, the Lily Whites look very fragile in the center, and if Arsenal can take advantage of that, I think they will have a major problem on their hands. For Spurs, I think the game plan here will be to get a goal as early as possible and then just defend that lead with your lives. But I think for Arsenal here, they'll know that Spurs are looking to do that, and they'll play the game a little bit more patiently, looking to take advantage of all of these weak spots in Spurs' defense and I don't see Arsenal being shut out by this Tottenham team at all. My score prediction here is going to be Arsenal 2, Tottenham 1. I think Arsenal come into this match really needing a confidence boost, and what better fixture than a North London derby, a victory over your hometown rivals to put you back on the path of success.
Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Um, Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Um, Thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.